I grew up in a really small town in the Midwest. For people who don't know Missouri very well, which is where I'm from, I grew up about an hour and a half from Memphis, Tennessee. So most of my musical influences came from around that area. Delta music, a lot of blues, a lot of country music, which I hated as a kid. And as I got older, I realized that basically that's what I'm writing. And my parents were in an amateur swing band, so a lot of what I heard around me was also influenced by what they were listening to. And they were pretty liberal about what I listened to at home. So I had sort of a hodgepodge of musical influences, but for the most part, I'd say my heaviest influences came from the Delta and from right there along the Mississippi where I grew up.
1, 2, 3, 4.
My mom played piano and sang, and my father played trumpet. And they would come home after their gigs and play until 3 or 4 in the morning, drink and smoke. And I just assumed that that's what every kid's upbringing was like. So I didn't really learn until later on that that was not really the norm. I started writing songs really about, 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there. Really had never thought of myself as a songwriter even until I reached that age and had my own band. And the versatility of having a band that plays well together can be very encouraging when it comes to your own music. Because I grew up in a really small town, a lot of what got played on the radio was old country music. Stuff that I really didn't like, but I wound up gravitating to albums later on that were really influenced by country music, like the Let It Bleed record by the Stones and Nashville Skyline. And once I heard the band, I couldn't believe how country their stuff was. I just really gravitated to even the English or the European artists who were influenced by country music. I think the longer I stayed with it, the more I realized that the best songs are really 2 or 3 chords, maybe 4 chords, and have a really simple melody. Once I started incorporating that into my music, I found that the stuff I was writing was much more honest and much more simple, and in the end, much more memorable. If you break down country music, it feels earnest, it feels honest and simple, and it makes for memorable storytelling. And I think going hand in hand with that is are different writers who write in that vein. They write very colorful characters like Mark Twain and John Steinbeck and writers like that who created what seemed to be folks right out of my neck of the woods. So, and a lot of that writing was inspirational for me also. Riverwide, I guess, was inspired by a Walt Whitman poem called Into the Multitude. There's sort of a melancholiness about that poem, that there is somebody there that's for you that you may never have. And that's really what the song is about. And that's, you know, for me, that's a really deep subject, a deep theme, because I'm 36 and I'm still single.
I spent a year in the mouth of a whale, the flame and a book of signs. You'll never know how hard I failed trying to make up for lost time. Once I believed in things unseen, I was blinded by the dark. Out of the multitude to me, he came and broke my heart. And the dust in the field has flown, and the youngest of hearts has grown. And you doubt you will